August 10th, 1941. Last week, the Red Army began a hasty retreat behind the Dnepr River. Soviet propaganda will tell you that this was all part of a grand master plan to weaken the enemy, and indeed it was, because in the mind of the Soviet High Command, the Red Army was supposed to lure the enemy into eastern Ukraine before separating physically the armored spearheads of Army Group South from the rest of the foot-borne infantry by using a mass of cavalry divisions. However, the Axis High Command turned out to be smarter than the STAVKA, because the Germans, this week, they tightly secured the left flank of the formations advancing towards Dnipropetrovsk. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second episode of this new turn in war in the East 2, and as always this time around we focus on what's happening south of the Pripyat marshes. And briefly, yes, so as I mentioned in the episode dealing about what happens north of the Pripyat marshes, my opponent, he deployed, I would say, all of the infantry of Army Group South, I guess with the exception of the 11th Army, which I think is now concentrated here, around between Nikolaev and Kherson, along the Dnepr River. I don't know if it's just to prevent me from crossing the river. Ooh, here is empty. Sorry, I mean if it's from preventing me from crossing the river, because to be honest, my plan was to maybe lure him into a trap and then use the cavalry divisions here to attack southwards and then link up with the tank divisions and the mechanized divisions of the southern front. But he was smarter than me and he preemptively deployed some motorized units, and it's kind of interesting to see the choice, because even if I could, let's say, force these units into retreat, I simply just cannot break through here, and so yeah, I mean, it's pretty well played, I must say. Besides that, nothing else too exciting happened on the southern front. I see that I have a couple of units that will be withdrawn in the upcoming turns, so I also need to redirect reserves in this area of the front here. We have the 37th Army, which is okay. I mean, it's good to have one extra army, even though I would love to have an extra front, because again the southwestern front is getting overcrowded, as well as I think the southern front. Where is that? No, sorry, I was wrong. It was which one was it? The 9th Army, as also I think the 18th Army are getting where is the 18th Army? Come on. Here, yeah. So I think I might move the maybe the 38th Army to the southern front, and I will replace the units currently attached to the 38th Army to the 37th Army. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I don't know what to do here in the south, because I see that he is like pushing here. Maybe he wants to take control of all of the swampy area over here. He might go for Dnipropetrovsk, because I can't see it, but maybe if I see it here, yeah. So Dnipropetrovsk is let's say should fall within turn number 10, so he still has one turn to get some extra juicy victory points. Interesting as well as Stalin as well. Okay, interesting. And yeah, or he might just screen the Dnepr front. Oh my god, I forgot here. I need to protect this bulge here as well. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I will do it later. So yeah, I will just mostly stay on the defensive, and I will redeploy some units here and there. But I would say on the southern front, nothing too exciting should happen this week. And having said that, folks, I Well, I would say, as always, that's enough chit-chatting, and let's dive straight into the episode. Howdy folks, so I wanted to, let's say a few words, because I don't want to be accused of plagiarism. But basically, this idea of pulling back behind the Dnepr river and use the cavalry to encircle the German spearheads, literally racing towards, I would say, Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk, is not mine. It's not something new. It's not something original. It's something that I did learn while reading one of the Soviet AAR on Discord, and apparently that Axis player was really aggressive. He pushed so deep to the point that he allowed the Soviet player to surround, I think it was like two Panzer divisions, one motorized infantry division, and the Leibstandarte Adolf Hitler SS brigade around Dnipropetrovsk. And I was like, oh my god, this strategy sounds so cool. So let's try if it works against a different human opponent. And against a different human opponent, I must say that this strategy failed, because this strategy was relying on the Germans in not screening their left flank. And so when I saw that there were plenty of infantry divisions already protecting the Dnepr front line, I was like, you know what, fine, screw it. I will not rely on this. I will just use my cavalry divisions as, let's say, frontline units, which is something that is not really recommended as a Soviet player. You should use, as I said it multiple times in the past, you should use your cavalry divisions as an exploitation and hex flipping tool, especially if you manage to spot a gap in the enemy lines. And of course, I would say this gap this week was not available, let's say. So time will tell if I will manage to use the cavalry divisions the way I want them to use, or if I will be forced to just use them to plug the gaps and prevent a widening of the breaches that the Axis forces will inflict against my lines. So folks, I would say that's all for this quick, voiceover. As always, I leave it to the rest of the video. I wish you all the best. I thank you very much for watching and supporting my channel. And, well, as always, I'll see you all again next week.
Бой, товарищи, бой, нас ведет за собой знамя правой священной войны. За отчизну свою на удар мы в бою отвечаем ударом двойным. Наш закон прост и прям, смерть врагам, смерть врагам. Путь один лишь вперед, знает вольный народ, смерть врагам, смерть врагам. Много-много веков всяких били врагов, Бонапартом мы били с душом. А теперь боевой, грозной силой стальной мы фашистов поверхи сметем. Наш закон прост и прям, смерть врагам, смерть врагам. Путь один лишь вперед, знает вольный народ, смерть врагам, смерть врагам. За знамена Москвы будем драться, как львы, чтобы отчизна росла и цвела. Ради наших детей, ради жен матерей, мы врага уничтожим до дна. Наш закон прост и прям, смерть врагам, смерть врагам. Путь один лишь вперед, знает вольный народ, смерть врагам, смерть врагам.